Welcome, welcome, you tarot maniacs. So I wanted to do a little breaking psychic news, and we are going to be talking about the LA riots. Hi, Florida girl. How are you, dear? So these LA riots are getting more and more suspicious. Gavin Newsom is very upset about the National Guard being deployed. He is likely to file a lawsuit against President Trump um, for sending in troops to stop his city from burning. Hello, Drusilla. How are you doing out there? One of the things that I did see on the news, Karen Bass, as always, is chef's kiss, doing a terrific job of not leading her city well. I'm just saying that editorial. This was an editorial. But one of the things that we're seeing now on the news here on the East Coast is that there are pallets of cinderblocks and other potential projectiles that are strategically placed around the city. And one of the things that we saw during not too far in the recent past riots, we saw the same thing going on where there were these pallets of projectile bricks, things like that. You're just waiting for Newsom to get arrested. Well, let's jump in. Drusilla, I hope that you are safe out there in the state of idiocracy. I am going to pull up our card view now, guys. You can see I have my newsroom, my psychic newsroom behind us. And we are broadcasting to the Psychic News Report, my other channel. I have not been broadcasting to that enough. It is on hiatus while we reorganize some things over there, but there may be some watchers that jump on in and make some comments. Hi, Violetta. How are you, my dear? So Monday is typically my day off. I do production and other things on my Monday. I was at the hair salon today. So let's talk turkey. So is there an organized effort to make this the summer of discontent? Is there an organization doing that? We may have to bust out Alicia's cards. There is a Six of Swords. I think that the energy behind that is waning. And this looks good, guys. Happy Stephanie Monday, too. Happy Monday, Stephanie, was what I was trying to say. This looks good to me, guys, with that Four of Cups in reverse. Hi, Kathy White. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are talking psychic news here and focusing on the LA riots. So I see this Six of Swords is a departure from the strength behind these organized riots and events. I don't know if I'm even allowed to say riot on here. Newsom is blaming Trump. Karen Bass, formerly trained to cause riots. Oops. Can we say the C word on here? Castro, not anything else. How are you, Karen Cultus? So this looks like the organizers behind this are losing some steam. Here, there is some good fortune in their path. What is that good fortune? Let's take a look at that. Remember, hit the like as you come on in, guys. Come on in and ask your questions. We're only talking about the LA riots tonight. Only the LA riots, and will it spread to other cities? So what is the good luck that the organizers of these riots have in their favor? What's the good luck? Speed, fire, poor leadership, poor organization. There's our president and the empress there, who is cultivating a better place there. So I think the good fortune is that the powers that be, the fuel behind these events is waning. They don't have enough ground soldiers. They don't have enough people that are going to work with them. I've always said that the immigration flood that came over in the last number of years really was supposed to be a voting and trained army. Unfortunately, it wasn't trained and it wasn't a controllable army. They didn't go out and vote like they were supposed to in the 2024 election. They did not do as they were expected to. They did not heed the call when those cell phones activated. They just didn't do it. So we really are seeing that the good luck here is there's no leadership, but leadership will come in and restore order. So will California turn more red as a result of this? Stephanie, I'm with you. I know Orange County has always been a little bit redder than LA County, but will Southern California finally say, we got to get some different leadership in here? Still well balanced. Hello, Wifey. Thank you for being here. Wifey is one of my wrench holders. Wifey, keep an eye out for any issues. I appreciate you. You are fantastic. So, the attrition that we've seen from the state, I think, has solved some of that dilemma. Some of the thinking has been distributed around the rest of the country. Now, is that a good thing for the rest of us here? I am in a deep blue state myself. So deep blue state of New Jersey, we are trying to turn that sucker around. I would like it a little more purple. Purple is the color of those libertarians like myself. So I don't know if it goes red, but I think it goes in a different direction. I do think something very interesting happens. I think peace at home becomes a very, very important factor after this for LA County specifically. I think peace at home is something that is dissatisfying. Do we see celebrities returning? Possibly in the future, but the exodus will continue. We're going to see some celebrities after this particular event say that they have had enough of the nonsense, enough of the rhetoric, enough of the idealism. We can't just open the door and expect everyone to be nicety, nice. Primary tomorrow for us here too. Oh, Violetta, for here in New Jersey, I am all set to vote. I am taking all my legal voters in the House over to vote tomorrow. And we're also getting our teeth cleaned. Fun fact, I always make my dental appointments at 2:30 because tooth hurty. It's easy to remember, 2:30. So little helpful hint, little helpful life hint. So did the powers that be purposely place those cinder blocks, those pallets of cinder blocks? They purposely do that to create more problems. Oh, that's a no. So I think my question got muddled because I'm getting more. They're not going to be able to do it anymore because they're going to have to be stifled. So possibly they did do it, but I do think that they're going to be stifled from doing it further. Are we going to see this spread into other cities in California? Let's see about that. Are we going to see this spread to other cities in California? I want you to keep in mind, if you look at the thumbnail on this, they are burning everything in sight and they are waving the Mexican flag, which makes no sense. So are we going to see this spread to other cities in California? Those of you that are coming in, welcome, welcome. Page of Swords, Strength in reverse, Two of Swords, King of Cups in the rear, Two of Cups up top. Yeah, I do think we're going to see it spread to other cities in California. How are we looking in San Francisco? San Francisco is already a mess. We don't have to worry about that. Trump Tower in New York is having issues. Karen, I will look at that in just a second. How that was San Francisco, San Diego. San Diego, yes. Things are going to be happening in San Diego. We are going to see things going bananas there. Let's skip over and we'll go to Karen's question since it's already up. Wifey, I saw a pretty cool Marine meme today. And it had a Marine walking somebody off the field. Let's put it that way. Semper Fi indeed. Semper Fi indeed. God bless all of our troops, National Guard, Marines, anybody who stands to protect the peace and serenity of American life. God bless you. Or anywhere else. Or anywhere else. So, Trump Tower. Hello, Outer Limits. Good to see you. Good to see you. It is a late night for you. You are up late, baby. Sit tight. We're going to have some fun. So, are we going to see riots of the same sort erupt in New York? Let's go. Current energy right now. We're talking about right now. Chariot in reverse. I think the mayor of New York is already on the scene with this. I think he is poised for this, despite all the trouble that he's had. Ace of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. That nonsense does not belong in New York. We are not going to put up with it. It is not going to be happening in New York. Anything that sparks up, they are going to put right back down. They're going to stamp right on it. So, agree, wifey. They are not protests. So the situation that's happening outside of Trump Tower, is that going to be quelled in the next 2 days? Is it going to be quelled in the next 2 days? Knight of Cups. Hi, Lady of the Lake. You are up late too, my dear. Good to see you, though. You know, the thing about the Trump Tower is that it's almost a protest in and of itself. It's just sitting there being obnoxious in all its golden glory with that crazy escalator where the whole world changed. You know, it's almost like they want a little bit of action there. They want a little bit of action there. It's, you know, when I went to school, I graduated high school from a school called Rumson Fairhaven. It's in Rumson, New Jersey. And there was an old railroad trestle that was actually torn down the summer after my senior year. And the railroad trestle was the only place in town that had graffiti on it. And the reason for that was because during the Vietnam War, the students went up there to write protests on there. And because it is a more refined and elegant town, they allowed the kids to write their protests there so that it wasn't all over town. And that was a tradition that continued well into my year of graduation from high school. I graduated in 1989. And we were allowed to go up there and, you know, spray paint Johnny Loves Susie and all those things. And we actually did a walkout because they did tear it down after my senior year. And it was due not to, you know, quelling the protesting of the children in town, but it was to open up the roadway because trucks couldn't get through. It was one of the things the town famously had like one traffic light in it. And so this removed it so that they could have more trucks and commerce go through. This kind of feels like the same thing. Like the Trump Tower is almost like the powers that be in New York. Like that's the designated protest spot. We're not really worried about it. We can kind of do what we have to do, and they'll fix it up as needed. So hang on, I'm trying to star your questions, ladies. Here, hang on. Where is it? Is there big money? Here we go. We'll pull this up. Oh, wait, wifey, I'm going to pull yours up first. Were these people paid by USAID? Were they paid by that? You have to remember, when Trump won, there was like $93 billion that was paid out by USAID, and it just went into the wind. Nobody knows where it went. Confirmed by Elon Musk. Hang on, I'm just scrolling through. Hi, Jeannie Deeds. Good to see you. Julianne Hayward. Up late, my dear. Just want to make sure We've got all the questions here. So were these people paid by USAID? Transformation. So USAID was a money laundering operation. So I do think that the money eventually did get to them, but I don't think it was paid direct. So yes, there is money that came from that. Tarot says yes. Tarot says yes to that. Hello, Dax Coco. Penny D, that wrench looks good on you. Thank you to my mods. You guys are fantastic. Thank you, everyone joining in the chat. Will Newsom get arrested? Will Newsom get arrested? Justice! Justice. Why, though? Why? For mouthing off? So I do think that justice will be served. I think Gavin has some answering to do, because I don't think that I think he is playing around too much with quelling the fighting. He's just going to oh, hang on. What's going on? Oh, Karen, see what's going on with that? Oh, Cash was swatted. Oh, that really stinks. That's really annoying. Yeah. Oh, that is such a stupid thing to do. So we'll check. We'll check. Hi, Connie. I see you there too. You know, they just want to sow chaos at all times. Like, that's really what this is all about. They just want to sow chaos at all times. Only going to be on for a few more minutes, kids, because I do have to make dinner. I hear children coming home. So Newsom is going to have to answer for maintaining chaos there and not bringing peace back in. So we're going to see that. We're going to see him get in trouble. We're going to see him get in trouble. So here we go. Is there money behind these protests? Is there money behind these protests? Some big shot elite? I do believe so. Somebody sowing the seeds of chaos. The seeds of chaos. Not high mind thinking. This is a yes card, and this is putting things together. Violetta, I am going to be making some new sourdough starter. So yes, there is money behind the protest, and they are being fed some money. So absolutely, yes, we've got things going on. So let's see how Cash Patel is doing. Let's check him out. I think I'm going to wrap it up with this, guys, because I only wanted to come on for breaking news real quick. Reminder, you got 2 for Tuesday tomorrow. We're going to be looking at Trump and Elon and the fake fight that they're having. Supposedly, according to legend, they're making up. I don't know if they're kissing and making up, but they're making up. And I also have Phil Lynott tomorrow night, a little channeling with Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy. So I just finished that video a little while ago. I'm still a little bit blushy. So Cash Patel, how is he doing? Cash Patel, you okay, fella? You okay? Cash Patel, out of control. What is going on here? Out of control. I don't think Cash Patel liked the response of the police. I think there was some protocol that wasn't followed. I think some chain of command was not followed in this situation, or possibly the second situation, if there was in fact a second situation. There is going to be a change of protocol as a result of this. He is going to write it himself, and it is so that future people in his position in these kind of swatting incidents don't have the same kind of problem. This tells me that it was a fake event, that it was a swatting event, this Page of Wands in reverse. So was there any real threat to Kash Patel? No, this is no real threat. No real threat. So I think everything's okay there. He is furious, though. I am getting that he is furious. Furious. Hi, Jen. I like those palm trees I'm looking at. Nice palm trees. It is raw and rainy here in New Jersey. That's why I'm going to make that sourdough starter. I'm going to take advantage of the day. So what can we expect from Kash Patel? It's going to be much more careful. And he's going to be a little bit better equipped. A little bit better equipped. Hi, Mary Chavez. Yes, are you in California? Oh, Mary. Let me see when things are going to calm down for you. I'm so sorry that you're dealing with that. I lived in Eagle Rock myself, and I loved it out there, but I had to come home to New Jersey. New Jersey was calling me. But I do have a friend who moved out of Hollywood proper just in the last 2 years, came back here, brought his wife, who was born and bred in California. Poor thing. She's very, very sad about not being able to live in her home state anymore. So let's see when things are going to calm down. We're going to go day by day here, Mary darling. So we've got things going to calm down tomorrow. We're still going to have a little bit of chaos tomorrow. How about the following day? Following day, things are going. You know, I hate to say it. I don't want anybody to be nervous about this, but I think we may have President Trump going right into the belly of the beast. I think he may show up there and go, knock it off. You know how, like, when you were fighting when you were a kid and, like, your dad would come in and, like, clunk your heads together, or was that just me? I think we may have President Trump show up. I think we may get boots on the ground. How about Pete Hegseth? No, Pete's not going to show up. Do we get the Marines coming in? Semper Fi, wife of a grumpy old Marine, or the Marines going in? Not yet. I think the Marines are going to be on the outskirts, though. I think they are going to be standing by a little bit closer. A little bit closer. I think they're going to be a little bit closer. I like deployed to cities around Los Angeles. I think they are going to be there. So knock it off, Stephanie. I know, good. I'm glad my folks weren't the only ones that did that. So does Trump roll in with a Marine escort? How about that? Does Trump roll in with a Marine escort? There's our Chariot. There's our Ace of Pentacles. And there is some heavy duty firepower going with him. It is going to be a little bit reckless, but it's going to bring the sunshine and it's going to bring peace. So I'm saying it right now. Let me do this. I'm going to do a future cast. I am saying that Trump is probably going to roll right into town. Mary Chavez, the cavalry is on its way. They are going to quell this thing. They're going to get it beat back. So don't you worry about it, sweetheart. I love your state. I love your city. And I want to see that place still standing in the future. So, guys, I am not going to keep going. Actually, Mary, before we go, I'm going to give you a couple cards. Okay, sweetie pie? I'm going to give you a couple cards. What do you need to know? What do you need to know? Everybody, send Mary some light. Send Mary some love and some light. I'm going to send her some magic. Here we go. There's some love and some magic. There you go, Mary. That's for you. That's for you. Psychic News Report doing it too. That's my other channel, Mary. So, Mary, what can I tell you? What do you need to know? Oh, there you go. Thank you, Gregopedia. Three of Swords, Queen of Cups. Underneath, Mary, everything's gonna quell down. Just gonna be a little bit chaotic for a little while, okay? But everything's gonna quell down. The center will hold, okay? Not none of this Yates business where the center cannot hold. But I know you're upset right now. I want you just to take a deep breath. Cavalry's coming, and stay at home. Stay at home for now, okay? Just no trips out. If you got to order one of those food robots, have some food robots send some food in. Mary Gregopedia is my husband, so he says that the Marines are protecting federal assets at this point. Guys, I want to thank you all for jumping in on this impromptu live. A George divided cannot stand, right? I think Daddy Trump is on his way. I think Trump is going to be showing up and helping out. I think presence is everything. A great leader has to stand before his army. So I think we may see some of that. So, guys, I'm going to try and do more psychic news reports. I am 4,000 views away from 1 million lifetime views. I want to get there this week. I'm going to make it happen. So you're going to get a lot of content. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, mods, for jumping in. This was impromptu. I didn't tell anybody I was coming on. I just jumped right in. So have a great night. I'm going to go make some chicken. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you soon.